Tell me what's on your mind.
Alrighty, this is Cooper from Telepathic Bunny Comics with some crew members and a visitor today, Mr. Hex Allen. Been asking to come on, and we've kind of been playing tag for a couple weeks here. I told him he's gonna have to come on and twerk, but I was kidding. I was kidding. You don't worry about the twerking part. This is a non-twerking zone here. Anyway.
Our people would be very disappointed.
Yeah, we have a bad history with twerking around here, so we
I don't even want to know what that means, really.
Yeah, you don't. It
really sounds nightmarish.
It was pretty nightmarish, yeah. Anyway, all right. Before I go too much further, let me do this. Put this link in the chat and pin that sucker. So, because it's the Hangout, so the link is always live. There we go. And we're live, link-wise. Anyway, so Hojo is here, as usual, laughing about something or other. I think about the twerking thing. Hey, man. There's the Hex Allen guy. Hey, man. Let me see. LDG has joined the channel and he's in backstage. I think you know him, Hex Allen.
Yeah.
Yep.
LDG?
Just from hey, it's LDG. I assume that means you know him. Anyway.
Yeah, LDG keeps enjoying.
Right. Anyway, so today we're just hanging out, shooting the crap and having a good time. Anyway, so you've got Nephilim, I think, the Nephilim Squad. Is that
Nephilim Squadron? Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it's printing in June.
Can you hear me okay? Because sorry, I had to quickly jump on, but
Oh, no problem. Yeah. Been trying to line us up for a couple weeks here, so yeah.
Yeah. It's been a hectic schedule. But,
yeah, I bet. Let me stop my camera for 1 second. I'll be right back.
Hey, Shadowpunk, how you been?
Hey, not too bad. How are you?
Yeah, I don't think we've been on a stream together.
No, I think this is the first time. I've got a little dog right there with you, huh?
Aaron. Yeah. No, actually, what I've done is I've captured and shaved down an Ewok.
Oh,
It's my captured and shaved Ewok.
Oh, what a good little guy.
Shab.
Oh.
Oh, no. You've done your duty. Now she's got to go.
All right. Nobody's going to remember anybody but that. So anyway. And we got Aaron again.
There he is.
Hey, how's it
going? Good to meet you, Aaron.
Yeah, Aaron starts out on his phone and then he switches to his camera once it boots. So.
Oh, wow.
So. Yeah, that's usually what happens there. Anyway, Hojo says just over a week to back Shadowpunk today. Yep.
That is true. That
is one of my favorite projects we've seen lately.
I saw him doing like a final push. I'm giving away a bunch of figures that I've done. Yeah, the person who won the Juggernaut today won before also.
Oh, okay.
She won one of the Cyber Frogs that was unpainted. Yeah. She's like, I get to win both. And I'm like, well, you win, you win. It's not really like a choice in my mind, you know?
Right. Exactly.
So, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Yep. That's a link to Hex Allen's YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to that. And we got Rick Saylor. Hey, T Bunny. Hey, man.
Rick.
And yep. Hell Shadowpunk. There you go. So this is kind of the Hangout stream. We kind of like we just do some chatting and stuff like that. I noticed this before I came on. And we this is the show. If we're going to get political, we get a little political on here sometimes. We go into conspiracy theories and stuff like that.
I would never do that ever.
Oh, never.
Ever.
No conspiracy theories. No.
Yeah. There's nothing happening in the world. There's nothing to talk about.
No, nothing. Anyway, nothing to see here. Anyway.
Totally.
Rick says, hey, man. Hey, Hex Allen. What's up, dude?
His icon looks like insane Venom trying to kill people.
Right. Yeah. Rick's a cool guy. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, it's cool.
Well, I saw this thing. It was trending, and it was Latinx. Okay.
Oh no.
Or Latinx or whatever. I think they pronounce it Latinx. I have no idea.
Never ends. The bullshit never ends, man.
Right.
And you're not a human being. You are a number of letters put together, and we'll let you know what those letters mean later on.
Well, what it is because the Latino or the Hispanic language has a distinction between male and female, and Latina and Latino. And so this is an attempt to homogenize those two into one.
Is it?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's what they're attempting to do. So Latinx is supposed to stand for both male and female Hispanics. And they are rejecting that shit, man.
Definitely.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was made by people who aren't even a part of the community.
Right.
Oh, I believe that for sure.
As a matter of fact, they think they consider it a racial slur now. Yeah, Shadowpunk believes it's a Brooder film 1,000%.
Totally, that thing.
Oh no! Don't open that can of worms. We'll be here all day.
Totally.
Anyway, your box with a label only be oppressed on November and even year. Right.
That's a great way to put it.
I was like clicking on it, expecting to see all these people like, oh, I love Latinx, or whatever. And it turned out to be one of the worst ratios I've seen in a long time. And it was about the current resident of the White House's wife, the Dr. Jill, was visiting this event in San Antonio. And it was Latinx inclusion with an X. Luncheon, whatever. I think there was an X in the luncheon. I don't know. I mean, they just went crazy with that thing. And then it showed a picture of her speaking at it, and there's maybe 30 people in evenly spaced chairs or whatever, trying to make it look bigger. and the ratios, I saw a Latino saying, "If you call me Latinx, you will swallow your teeth." That was just one thing I saw.
It's Latinx is way too close to La Twinks. Maybe that's why.
There you go.
I don't want to be associated with Twinks.
Right. The social engineering that they're attempting to do is, I think they think everybody thinks like they do in these blue enclaves where they're like, oh, you've got a college degree, tell me how to live, and I mean, I see that attitude a lot. Oh, I don't have I can't tell you what a woman is. I don't have a biology degree, or whatever.
I mean, come on, right? I mean, seriously, talk about the thing that marvels me is the ability to. So those Latinx is made up in a boardroom somewhere, right? And so then their ability to put it in the population and then go and then make them think that they came up with it. That's a process, right? And so obviously it's not working, but I mean, but it's been working for a lot of other things.
Right. Well, but the thing about it is, and this is part of a bigger issue that they're having. Used to basically all the art, all the news, all the media was being fed from either LA or New York, or Hollywood, New York, right? And between those two, they were basically flooding the country, the interior of the country. Now something happened called technology. Okay, a little thing called the internet. And what happened is because of file sharing on the internet and because of being able to share movie files and because of YouTube and some other platforms, people were able to start sharing their own news, sharing their eyewitness accounts, sharing actual video, and then suddenly things happened in the national stage that made them think, "Oh crap, we've been letting too much go. We need to like clamp down on this, right?" But the genie is already too far out of the bottle, so now they're like trying to like blow the whole thing up, right? And it just isn't working anymore. I mean, when you get told that, like a certain laptop, for instance, right? It's like is Russian disinformation by security officials, 30 security officials, right? And some of them are like interns, right? Anyway, but you get told that, but then there's this albino Scotsman that says, "Oh no, I took it into my shop and I signed the stuff, and then I gave it to my dad to give it to the FBI, and oh, by the way, we're like, we served in the army. I didn't serve, but my whole family did, and I'm albino, I can't serve, and but he's got like direct lineage between Hunter's hands to his shop directly to the FBI, but then the laptop disappears at the FBI, and he's like, I got backups.
Didn't they just manage to hack it?
No, it was his job to hack it. It was his job to recover information. He signed there's a sheet that he signed, or Hunter signed, that gave him permission to do so.
Oh no, I'm saying there was some internet trolls or like.
Oh yeah, they hacked Hunter's cloud. Yeah. They
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they hacked his cloud on 4chan. And they dumped all the information, and that's where these voicemails have been coming from.
Is this like the latest thing?
Yeah.
Right.
They did it on the 8th of July, so it's just a few days ago. and it's like his yeah, they used an old password that he actually put on like a message board to somebody, and they're like, surely this ain't the right. No, surely you changed the password, and son of a gun.
Well, when you're on crack,
Yeah, I mean, you're putting that much drug up your snoz. I don't think
Yeah, you're not too worried about security. You can always call your dad, right? So
yeah, then you got
call your dad,
then you got your uncle Grandpa POTUS,
right,
repeating the mantra himself I don't know, less than a week ago or so. He was making a speech and repeating the mantra, Russia, Russia, Russia. But it was about like something else. But he's going to repeat it no matter what.
Well, it's just that they're a little behind on their narratives. I mean, they can't. By the time that they like put together and collaborate on what they're going to say, so people like Fox News, Newsmax, and OAN have already put it out on because they're not called. They're just like going directly to the source and spitting it out. Yes, I know that they are controlled opposition. Fox is. I know that, but they got people on Fox News that I generally think they don't have any control over. And so this stuff gets out, right? I mean, when you see Brett Baer say stuff like, "Oh, this is compelling testimony from the January 6th trial," this lady's like, "I heard from somebody that said this and overheard this," and it's like, that's hearsay. What in the world are you doing trying to set up?
They do the same thing, some of the same things.
Right.
The other side,
I mean,
but you just got to know how to filter it yourself.
Oh, right.
Well, but even if, let's say, you do filter it and you do understand what's happening, you got to figure there are 20 people or 100 people that heard the same thing you heard that weren't able to do that. So now you're at the mercy of
with a clogged filter.
Our system is built so that now we're at the mercy of morons.
Oh yeah.
Right? Because if they think X and X isn't true, we're kind of in trouble. you know?
Right.
And that's always one of those things with the whole whatever pandemic thing. You're like, I mean, you know, just think about it. I mean, personally, I don't believe anything I ever hear. So even people I'm supposed to trust, I still don't trust them. Because at this point, the layers and the lies are so deep.
Oh yeah.
Right. And by the way, let's just say, okay, remember grabbing by the pussy?
Yep. Oh, that guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So number one, you never saw his lips move and those words come out. Right. It was like behind the scenes audio in the bus. I think, okay, so that's not hard to fake.
No.
And so now if you do that.
Well, the thing about it is, though, is if you look at it in context, and Trump admitted to saying it, okay?
I'll address that. Go ahead.
Well, but he said, in context, he said that these women just throw themselves at you and they let you do anything to them as in grab them by them. Yeah. And that was the whole context. And it just makes sense. So he was just like saying these women are just, you know, if you got money, they're easy, right? Of course, this is before he met Melania. So, you know.
I mean, sure, he fucking Living Testament.
All right. Right.
Well,
what was that?
Here's the thing, though. Okay, let's just say it is fake. Okay, hypothetically. Okay. Now, if it's fake, he can't. What's he gonna say about it? He can't. The second he goes on TV and says this is fake. Now he's in the mud, and he's arguing about things that don't go forward. Right. He's stuck in the mud, bickering about something that he can never prove. Right. So now they have him. They have him right there. So he has to either say, I was just, maybe it is true what you said. But my point is, it could also be true that this is an easy way for them to slur him.
This is so getting struck. By the way, good afternoon. Hell, Odin. Hey, man.
Odin Dasko.
Hey, Odin.
Yeah, hell. We are in the presence of a god there. Anyway.
That's right.
Your friendly neighborhood Odin.
When he shows up with one eyeball, I'll believe he's actually Odin.
Oh, well, yeah. You got to poke out your eye. You got to poke out your eye, Odin. That's just the way it is, man. More importantly, how about Hunter's porn movies that none of the mainstream are talking about?
Oh, yeah, I heard about that, too.
Yeah,
Who made those? Did he get them off a site?
No, they're homemade. They're homemade. Homemade and ones that he's downloaded that are like, anyway.
Did you guys hear about that one? I think she's like a senator or something, and she was twerking on the beach for
No, she's a candidate. She's a senatorial candidate. Yeah.
What's that link?
She did a handstand and was twerking.
Oh, that one.
Down.
Oh, okay. I was wondering what that was. Okay.
Yeah, I was so mad that people are trying to misconstrue it. Like, dude, you're a public official. You can't be doing that shit.
I don't entirely sure how you misconstrue that. I mean, it's about as obvious as AOC dancing on bar tables, but
Yeah, the first time I saw that image, it was over the Georgia Stones. It was like,
right,
this is how it happened,
Oh yeah, the Guidestones. That's fascinating.
I'll tell you, there's a lot of events going on that make me think that this new world order is being taken down.
Yeah.
Because there's no way to really prove it, right?
Yeah.
But there's all these moves that the Supreme Court's making, and then the Georgia Guidestones, and then things kind of in the news that you're like, whoa, this is a big shift going on. And maybe it's all bullshit too. There's no way to know.
Yeah, that's right. The memes on that, are priceless. Haven't we figured out now? But twerking isn't a good way to get people to lean your way. Yeah, right.
What's wrong with you, bro?
Well, I think you're seeing in all over the world where people are like, I think they left it too long because we were a lot more sheep-like. Earlier on, I mean, especially the Bush administration, we kind of went on, they did some shady shit, and we're just like, oh well, it's 9/11. 9/11 happened. Oh, here you go. Here's our freedoms. Go ahead. You have our best interest at heart. I know. Anyway,
you know who really knows what's going on in the world is the people that live in the Middle East for the last 20 years.
Oh.
They know that there's fucking shady shit on every level because they've been killed over it, And
right.
We're like living in a bubble here in America. We're almost like, I mean, with the whole pandemic, you're like, these people are just brainwashed. They don't believe anything, and you can't reason with people at all.
Yeah, well, you see them wearing masks. I work with people that wear masks, and I know who. I'm like, oh, you voted Democrat because it's like such an indicator, Odin says, I'm the second coming, gave my eye for wisdom. Never doing that again. Okay.
Oh, so that an implant?
Well, anyway.
That's a good one.
Currently, I don't consider twerking thing a big tweaking thing. It's twerking.
Yeah.
Big deal.
As
our government
would never. Feinstein.
Seriously, Rick, they would never do it.
They would never lie to
Come on. Rick's being facetious, but I know that he's wrong. They would never hurt us. They love us.
No. It's a great awakening. People all over the world are paying attention. It's amazing. Forcing your people to stay home would do with nothing else to do. They start digging. Yeah, don't forget the Cubans. Right.
I've been digging all my life.
Well, I think it's interesting that obviously to anybody that's discerning, the pandemic shutdown allowed them to steal the election. Okay. I mean, allegedly. Okay. Allegedly.
I mean, come on.
Anyway.
Parking lots in stadiums. Right. It's not hard to figure out.
Well, I'm talking about pure statistical analysis, okay? Now, in any system, there's always going to be anomalies. And in any data set, according to scientific method, there's always going to be anomalies, okay? And the anomalies are never they never prove the anomalies actually prove the legitimacy of the experiment, right? Well, you can't tell me that all those votes went one way in the middle of the damn morning with no observers. That's statistically impossible. That doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen. It can't, because there's always going to be the one person that says, oh, everybody else is voting this way, I'm voting that way. There's always that guy. In every data set, there's always going to be that guy. But wait, there wasn't? No, I just don't believe it. Anyway, this channel's coming down anyway. Why not? Might as well say it,
Right.
Yeah, we've all been marked.
I'm sorry, Hex Allen. I invited you on. You're getting canceled. I'm sorry, man.
Just when there was finally two black people in the room.
It's our conspiracy. It's conspiracy. Anyway.
Well, the thing about that whole thing, though, about the election, the thing that scares me is that you have, let's just say you're a Democrat and Joe Biden won. Okay, hypothetically, he won.
This is great. A great awakening is Roddy Piper saying, I'm giving you a choice, either put the glasses on or start eating that garbage can.
Oh.
Woo! R.I.P. Great movie.
So the thing is, there's a bit of if you're a Democrat at this point, you are living in disbelief or cognitive dissonance.
Cognitive dissonance.
Right. You know when you're deep in your heart that is bullshit.
Yeah.
And it works both ways too. Okay. So, but we're all willing to go, well, if my guy won, I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
Yeah.
Right. and that puts everybody into a position where the truth is literally out the window.
Well, the thing about it is they're not only saying, it's not that they're saying, okay, I know the truth, but I'm not going to say it. It's that they're getting struck and they're losing jobs, and they're being forced to say it.
Oh,
and that's the real scary. That's the real really horrible thing about it, But
there's a guy on YouTube who has a channel called Long Island Audit.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen it?
Oh no.
He goes into city halls and post offices, and he goes to prisons. Everywhere that there's public lands where he can film legally under the First Amendment. But they are these public employees. I'm not trying to go after public people, okay? But the ones in his videos, at least, are almost all power control crazy people. Yeah. And the second you start filming, they want to whip out their power and say, "Don't do that." Right. And you're like, "Well, who do you think you are? Legally I can do it." So they get the sheriff to come down there, and finally the guy knows his deal, and he's like, "So I guess my point is, there's all these. They have an invested interest to have that kind of power, and just like if you're a Democrat today, you have an invested interest in making sure that Biden stays president in your mind."
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Project Veritas. Anytime they drop anything, those people, man, they're getting into everything, and anytime they drop something, it's pretty damning. It's pretty incredible. I have a video of a news story in Michigan where the post office was removing and destroying mail sorting machines in August of 2020. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, that all happened. Hey, Brandon won fair and square. Yeah, Rick, he did. He did. He absolutely did.
Remember when all the voting was going on, and then you had some Democratic states, they were boarding and covering the windows so people couldn't see what was going on.
It happened in Detroit and Philadelphia.
So I was there the next day after they did that, and they boarded down to Cobo Hall. What we call it Cobo Hall. Yeah. They boarded up those windows, and I went down there, and a lot of people showed up pissed off the next day. And the one guy, there was a guy from Fox. I think his name is Leroy Terrell.
Yeah.
He's like an older black guy.
Yeah.
He came down there, right? And he was the news came out, and we're like, "Oh shit, this is crazy," Right. It was really cool. It was great to see there's so many people that they're so fucking sick of it.
Well, it's funny. Leo Terrell was Democrat as of like 3 years ago. Staunch Democrat.
Okay.
And when he ate that red pill, he ate it. All the
way.
Know
that.
Well, he's always been fair-minded though, because he used to be on would appear on a conservative ABC state talk radio station as a fill-in, and he was a Democrat then, but he was always like a fair-minded guy. But it was only a matter of time because he was already on a conservative talk radio station years ago.
Right. Well, it's funny because Joe Rogan still considers him left politically. But you listen to him and you're like, it's only a matter of time, man, because he's already there. It's like Tim Pool for years. I stopped listening to him because he was like spouting all the right talking points, but then coming to the wrong conclusions because he's like, oh, I'm on the left. I have to be on the left, and then it's like, then it's like I've heard later on he finally said, "Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'm conservative now." It's like the Overton windows, like running over people.
I think that for me, the factor is a person that they're looking for the truth or they're looking for something else. And somebody like whoever these people we're talking about, there's a lot of people like that. You watch them, look at how they think, and if they're looking for the truth, they'll end up becoming some form of a rightist, where they will. And let's define the left and right. The real right doesn't really exist as a party anymore. It hasn't for a long time. The more you collect taxes at the end of a gun, the less of a rightist you are.
Right.
That's because by the way, if your idea is such a good one, I want to fund this thing in my city. If it's such a good idea, you can ask people.
Yeah.
And they would say, "I like that idea. I'll give you a check."
And full disclosure, the 2020 election was legitimate, and we love paying taxes. Okay.
Totally.
I do love paying taxes for countries that we
Especially
don't.
gas tax.
Oh yeah. Gas taxes are the best, man.
Well, that it is. It's what it
Oh
is.
man, living and working at home is one of those things where you go. At least I don't have to pay a shitload of money every week for gas.
Here we go. Odin says, yes, truth, liberty seeker or not is the question. Conservative and liberal virtually meaningless anymore. Yep. It's just basically, funny thing about it is they stole this term, but it's basically awoke or woke. You're either awake, you're either awake or you woke.
Yeah. Awoken or woke.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
are you awoke? Are you woke?
I came up with a quote years ago that before the woke became a thing.
Yeah,
I came up with this quote that went, "Unsubscribe from your dreams and follow your awakening." And then about a year later, that's when people started saying woke, and that song "Stay Woke," that came out. And then I was like, man.
I should have trademarked that dang thing.
Still, yeah.
Anyway, but I will say this, that I think basically what we're seeing is there is coming a moment in time where the states are going to rebel against what the federal government wants them to do, and it's inevitable. And so that happens, that's when things are going to go squirrely for a little while.
Okay. I'll tell you, but there's, I personally would say that's okay. The states have a rights to do what they want, but there's another factor involved. Are there agents outside of the country that have if California broke away, would China take it over? Right, and now you have China on your doorstep with tanks.
It already owns it. Well, that's the thing. Everybody that's ever done an assessment on the United States has said the same thing. A physical invasion of the continent of the United States is impossible because they'll be firing from you from behind every blade of grass. And the concentration of weaponry, especially in rural areas, makes it impossible. Yeah, they could probably take the cities, but they could never take the rural areas. And that's what the British found out when they messed with the over the mountain boys. They're like taking all these cities and taking the main fighting the Continental Army to a standstill, and then Cornwallis took Charleston, and got greedy and sent his lieutenant Ferguson to subdue the rural areas. And so he started collecting the loyal list as he went, at the tip of a bayonet. And then he sent these letters because he heard of this group of men in North Carolina, Tennessee, that had gotten an agreement with the North Carolina government, which was all North Carolina at that point. And the agreement was, if you let us settle our area and leave us the hell alone, we will come to your aid if you need it. Just leave us alone. We'll settle with the Indians. We'll fight the Indians. We'll carve out our area. Okay? And so that was the agreement. Well, the British couldn't handle that, so the British, Ferguson, sent them a letter saying, if you do not join the loyal list, we will hang your leaders and we will burn your property to the ground. And so the Over the Mountain Boys says, not going to happen. They get together, and a group of them got together right over about less than 10 miles from me that way. Got together, and they all collected together, and they went to Kings Mountain, where Ferguson had the top of the Kings Mountain. He said, God himself can't get me off of this mountain. You know where Ferguson is today? Buried up there. Because they expected him to show up in these squares, in this organized manner. But they all showed up. They surrounded the mountain, went through the woods at him with long rifles, and shot him from like a football field away. So So they only had smoothbore muskets. They couldn't even reach them. And they were like getting shot, And so Ferguson, realizing that the day was lost, attempts to take off through the to like run for reinforcements, and with his tail between his legs, and well, he got sniped on his way off the mountain. So,
oh, wow.
But it was the turning point in the Revolutionary War, because when word got back to Washington and everybody else, up to that point, the British Army was unbeatable. But after that, they're like, why are we fighting their fight? This is a new country. We can do it any way we want. And so after that, they trained snipers. After that, they went over the Delaware in the middle of the night and routed the Hessians. And they're like, why are we fighting out in the open? Why are we fighting in these rules that we were told we had to fight by? This is a new country. We can do whatever we want. After that, less than a year later, Cornwallis was surrendering at Yorktown. And all it was is like broke them out of it. It's like, we can win this, but we can't fight their way, So let's fight our way.
It's interesting too that from what I understand, that only a certain percentage of the American population even gave a shit. Right? And very few people wanted to break away from Britain.
Well, the Revolutionary War was a civil war, because it was between the loyalists and the people that wanted freedom.
Right.
And oh, by the way, the loyalists, eventually the etymology goes directly from them to the Democrat Party.
No way.
Yes, it does. Check it out.
No, I won't.
Check it out.
They're my friends. My friends would never do that.
And that's why they wanted to maintain the slave trade and everything.
Yeah, they were all the slavers were Democrat anyway.
Oh yeah.
Wait,
weren't they KKK too?
Yeah, they weren't the KKK actually.
Surely you can't be serious.
Oh shoot.
Oh well. Anyway, yeah. Woo! Viva la Democratic Party. Anyway, Rick Saylor says, I for one don't mind paying more for gas if it helps out the Ukraine.
Totally true. We can help them out.
Yeah. Send them billions of dollars. Why not? We don't need it. Anyway, if you play Assassin's Creed, if Assassin's Creed is tired things like Assassins versus the Templars, only it's not a secret. Oh, okay.
That is a super cool movie. The Assassin's Creed movie where they.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen it? Well,
I mean, the concept.
Okay, two things are really cool that I liked. It was the way the film looked when they went back in time. That was really fucking cool. Okay. And then B, the idea that you can go into someone's DNA and find memories of lost descendants. That's pretty cool idea. Whether it's bullshit or not, you're like, man, that is a neat thing.
Well,
you gotta play the games.
Yeah.
What's that?
You gotta play the games, man. They're much better than the movie.
Oh, yeah, they go way deeper into like.
Yeah. Just skip a few and stop at Origins.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, there's some you can skip. Yeah.
Right.
But
it's not Democrat versus Republican anymore in my mind. They're the same party, just with different color ties. It's progressive versus constitutionalist, liberal versus conservative is over.
Yeah, I feel like there's another power behind everything. What do you call it? Maybe the shadow government, shadow world,
New World Order.
I don't want to say it. It may be like pitting or creating this animosity between these made up sides, and making us think that we're one way or another. And
Just the UK.
There you go. We're paying for
childs.
We're paying for all the money Hunter blew on crack and prostitutes. There you go.
So these guys, this New World Order, they have this. One of their techniques is to create situations that are unavoidable. So like 9/11 is one where you've got to do something now, right? Or Pearl Harbor, right? But the one so Kennedy gave a speech where he said he described the New World Order like in 1962.
Yeah.
He said there is a global conspiracy, and it's at every government in the world, and they are massive, and they are in every facet of our lives.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then back into the left.
back into the left. The thing is, like, you know that he's like during the Cuban Missile Crisis, you know he's in the Oval Office going, these fucking assholes. Now I have this impossible situation. Yeah. They tried to do with Cuba, and I didn't fall for it. But now they're putting me in this vice where I have to do something, right? You know that's what he's really. And the scary thing is, if you watch history channels and shit like that, they never ever touch it. They never get into anything like that. They always go with the normal bullshit.
Right. Yeah. Before you go off on the Zapruder film again, California is mainly Middle Eastern. Okay. Why kick the front door down when you can just have someone unlock the window in the back? True.
Okay.
Yeah, all our government is crooked. Democrats, Dumbocrats, and Republicans. Republicans. Yep.
That's a good one. I never heard that before.
That's good. Hulk Hogan syndrome. I'm a real American. Nah, brother. NWO. Well. The thing about it is it. I guess you could pretty much sum it up in that song, "Country Boy Can Survive" by Hank Williams Jr. If you haven't heard it, you need to. But he's talking about the fact that even if the whole system breaks down, there's plenty of people in the country that can take care of themselves. That don't need the infrastructure. They live off the land, or they can live off the land, or they can create their own infrastructure. And so I think all this is pretty much designed to try to destroy that, because they realize the real danger. You see it now. They're trying to vilify the rural areas. They're trying to but it's funny because when you see these leftist kids talk about, oh, they're helpless down there. Let's stop burning our own cities and let's get together and go down and burn theirs. And everybody I know is kind of like, oh yeah, come bring it on home, mama.
Get your ghillie suit.
There you go.
I couldn't resist. I
knew I'd get you.
Come to the
Tell your boss.
Join us.
Join us. Join us in our cancellation, man.
Yeah, I figured I'd go ahead and you guys lit the fire. I'll just bring the gasoline.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
So bring it. What do you got to say?
Let's burn it up. Burn it all down, man.
I mean, the one thing that, and when I say they or these people, I just mean everybody but me.
Okay.
What they really fear, and what the media struggles so hard on a minute by minute basis, is to divide. They fear a united people.
Totally.
Or else, what are they good for? And these politicians, they claim to fix problems and create more in the process. Mm-hmm. They cannot win elections without something to quote unquote fix.
True.
I mean,
so those pictures of Sri Lanka remind me. I think that what that is, and it happened in Myanmar last year, is that that's gonna happen here. And I think that the politicians they're getting a glimpse. Yeah. I think this is sort of being orchestrated. Like, get ready, motherfucker.
There was an insurrection. They overthrew the royal palace in Thailand,
yes.
I think.
Yes.
And that's happened. And oh, by the way, the PM of Great Britain was forced to resign.
And the former PM of Japan got assassinated.
That's true. That is true.
Something's building. It's like something's building.
So you look at all of this around the world, and this is coming from my former profession and right. Intelligence guided by experience. Mm-hmm. The NGOs, the non-governmental organizations, the ones that have their fingers in all these pies around the world, and I'm not going to say his name, but you know who I'm talking. Mm. He has installed district attorneys throughout America to just turn a blind eye to crime. Yeah. And to defund the police and all of this. Why do you think this is going on?
Yeah.
Destabilization is the first step to toppling the government.
Brezhnev.
I mean, we wrote the book. We wrote the book on how to do this. America did. We've done this all over the world, and now we're starting to get a little taste of what it's like when all these other powers are like, well, fuck America, let's just do it to them.
Well, there's a there's something that happened just recently that's so obvious. I mean, this Dominican bodega owner in New York.
Oh yes.
Some chick comes in, gets mad over the fact she didn't have any on her EBT card, so she can't buy a bag of chips. Stabs the guy in his arm, and then runs out, says she's gonna go get her boyfriend. I'm gonna get my boyfriend. He comes in, jumps the counter, accosts this man, starts throwing him around. He pulls out a knife and just nails the guy. The guy dies. Right?
Yeah, that fight would have lasted about 30 seconds with me.
Yeah, right. But the what's it called? The DA, the district attorney in New York, Alvin Bragg, set a $500,000 bond on that guy,
and charged him with second-degree murder, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, the first degree. He charged him.
Oh, it was first degree. Well, see, that'll never fly because that's not malicious intent.
Well, the thing about it is, though, is he's the guy that's like bail reform. I'm not going to charge bail for anything. And then he tries to lay that on the guy, and the judge lowered it to $50,000, but so he's going to get out. But I mean, that's just perfect microcosm for what these DAs are doing, and doesn't make any sense unless you want to totally, completely destroy the infrastructure of these cities, and it's what they're doing. And so it's like, then you see somebody like
LA is crazy that
Gascon.
I'm here in LA, and I remember when he first came down here. I saw on the news, and I'm like, on the news, even in local news, they're like, controversial district attorney George Gascon has been hired for LA down from San Francisco. And I'm like, wait a minute, who hired him? Who elected him? Is he hired or elected, appointed? What the fuck? How's this happening?
I thought these.
And what is that freaking accent? I mean, no offense to anyone with accent. Is this guy American? He says he served. And he says he was a cop. What the fuck? What is this? This is like Bizarro World. But of course, there are sensible-minded people here in California that we're just not heard.
Well, the guy that they booted out in San Francisco.
They're in the north.
You know who's?
Yeah,
the guy in San Francisco that got booted out. You know who his parents were?
Yeah, I know. Yep.
No,
they were members of the Weather Underground.
Okay.
Yeah, the leftist organization that was blowing shit up.
Domestic terrorism, right?
Yeah. One of the most infamous domestic terrorist organizations in American history, and this sucker was he was their son, I think. I don't know if son or grandson, but yeah.
He's going to get recalled, but it's
he got recalled. The guy in San Francisco. Gascon needs to. Yeah.
You mean the guy currently in San Francisco?
Right. Yeah. He got recalled. But that's crazy. I mean, that's crazy.
One of the problems though is that, like, if you talk to your neighbors about what's actually happening, and this goes to what Hojo was talking about a little bit. Mm-hmm. It's hard to break through because they are in such a world of illusions, a hall of mirrors almost, right? Mm-hmm. Where you just go, anything to the contrary is what they understand is like science fiction to them.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And I'll tell all these people, like, to fund the police crowd and all this stuff, talking about police brutality, and I'll quote Chris Rock, and I'll try to get the impression right. The first step to not getting harassed by the police, obey the law. That's really all you have to do. I mean, I'm not pretty good. I mean, come on, man. I mean, that's pretty good. Saying just these laws, just because you don't agree with them doesn't give you the right to just ignore them because of, i.e., your background, identity, whatever, man. They're laws for everyone. That's equality. Right.
Well, I think you're 99.9% correct, but which means you're my arch nemesis because you're not 100%. But then there's things like remember that girl in Australia who got choked by a cop for not wearing a mask?
Yeah.
You're like, and what illustrates to me is that they can come up with any fucking law And then you go, yeah, some of them, most of them really make sense, right? Drive on the right side of the road, whatever, But I mean, some of them are just insane like that. When you go, if you don't resist at some point and say, I'm not wearing a mask, then it'll never end, right? People have to see you get choked out before they start something's wrong, which is crazy too. Why does it take that much?
Yeah. Well,
because we live in bubbles.
We live in bubbles.
We live in bubbles. That's right, totally.
So, Hex, I know you wanted to come on today. Did you want to show something, man, on the campaign?
Let's see it.
Oh.
Yep. Sorry, I got sidelined here. I told you.
Bunny's very passionate about this.
I told you it's wild and woolly, man.
Well, maybe you guys have seen the campaign page, but maybe something new I can show you, maybe.
Oh, sure, that would be awesome, man. Absolutely.
You see, I'm sure if people who backed Chapter 1, the first campaign, in black and white, I've had to started reshade all the pages because it wasn't to my satisfaction. That's why it's taking so long. But I'm on like the last couple of pages. Reshading the whole thing for the black and white print.
Okay.
And I'll just quickly show you a page here. This is not a spoiler page, so it should be okay.
There we go. There it is.
So this is like
cool.
This is like the second to last page, Chapter 1, and
wow,
getting there.
I like how the second panel bleeds all the way up.
Yeah, the bubbles.
Yeah, they're real nice quality.
Whoop. Went away.
I didn't want to show too much. Take a screenshot. I don't want to. It's like a partial spoiler, but.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool, man. That's
but
cool.
here's the campaign page right here.
Alrighty.
Cool.
I'll let you drive.
Oh yeah.
And,
awesome.
And, here's some pages. Yeah, these are pages from Chapter 1 in black and white. I put them on this campaign page for Volume 1. Volume 1 is chapters 1 through 3 in color, and that's the current campaign. But this one here, you see the black and white stuff. That's the ones that's about to be going to print and ship for my beautiful backers. So yeah.
Oh wow.
Got some stuff going on there.
Can you scroll down so I can see the perks?
Yes. Here we go.
Let me see your perks.
Oh no.
So it's an 80-page sci-fi graphic novel.
80 pages.
Oh man.
Comes with the digital version. I call it the holodeck. Bookmark, pen, sticker, and stretchable items all come with the base perk. This here's the standard cover, and this is a variant that's an homage to an old anime movie, Macross.
Yeah.
Hold on. So you have a homage cover as one of your ultimate covers?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a homage to what we call Robotech.
Yeah. And in America, it was known as Robotech.
Yeah.
The Macross saga.
Wow.
And
wait, so you got stickers and bookmarks?
Yep.
Oh, you can't do that, man. You're gonna have to pick a side. Yeah, you gotta pick a side. It's just 2022, man. You gotta pick a side.
There's one of each. In my last campaign, I had like 9 bookmarks and 9 prints.
No. This is definitely a CG. This is definitely a CG approved book. Yeah, it's definitely.
And this is the Dan Plagle, aka Boob Dan. He's known as Boob Dan online. This is his cover variant he did for me.
Cool, I like it.
Great fit.
Yeah, I can definitely tell that's his work.
Definitely.
And here's some samples of pages and colors.
Well, considering he's got Goblin Girl with 3 of them. So.
Yeah, I know.
Definitely about to watch Total Recall growing up.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow, the gradient is beautiful.
Yeah.
That is gorgeous.
Yeah, those colors work really good.
Oh yeah, and if you back this summer up until through August, you get this special Top Gun Maverick homage print.
Right.
Oh, wow.
With one of my pilots, Jason Mill.
That's clever.
And I've got a special a secret print done by an independent artist on the scene. Painted by me. He drew it. I painted it in Photoshop. At 5,000, we can unlock that. At 8,000, I got some patches, squadron patches, Nephilim Squadron, and there are other squadrons in the book other than Nephilim. The Vimana Squadron, they're bombers. The moniker is Death from Above. They got the Ketsa Squadron, multi-role fighters. Their saying is there is no escape. And the Lung Ta Squadron, the Chinese or the ancient Tibetan Buddhist wind horse. That is the transport and escort squadron, anywhere and everywhere. And then here's my what do you call it? YouTube channel.
Right. Toxic Cringe.
Oh wait, I wanted to go back to something else. Oh yeah, and here's the characters descriptions here.
Well, you got a lot of stuff on your page, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, but I tell people to stop if they don't want to scroll any further. So, inspirations and influences. But real quick, we could take a look at the video.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
If you don't mind.
Sure. Crank it.
Oh wait.
Hey, you, sci-fi fan. Are you finally ready to have your head explode? Never before seen sci-fi action. A strange new world. Exotic technology. Kick-ass characters. And a story that will turn your mind inside out. Nephilim Squadron, Volume 1. Available now on Indiegogo.
That is lit.
Awesome.
You did the voice work, right?
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
At least you can do voice work, right? If I did it, it would sound like Tom McFarlane saying something.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you got Odin Dasco, so says he likes it.
Oh, awesome, thank you.
Yeah.
Very good. That's
yeah. There's some people that have a voiceover, like I think Ali
Sanguis, yeah.
Sanguis has got an incredible trailer voice. She did Perfect 10, and she's done several since, and she just has this little crack in her voice that just like really lends it some authenticity. So, but yeah, trailer voices are not. I've always wanted to get maybe Xevious to do my trailer voice.
Oh yeah,
balls deep.
He's got that. He's got that smooth radio voice. He's like coming up on WKK5.
Yeah. Every time I'm on stream with him, I'm kind of like yeah, the panties are dropping right now, man. Seriously.
With that, it's like the Canadian accent too, man. Like, I mean, he reminds me of like those old like Indian chiefs who's like, well, that's what it is, and that's how it is going to be.
That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. A boot.
Just don't call me Latinx.
All right.
You call me Canada X.
Well, man. I don't know. I think it's all squirrely right now. But I just think that when you see how America's made and how it's like created at its founding, I'm just waiting to see if the bulwark holds. You know, I mean, it's held for all these years, and
it's held. But you know what though? It's been so twisted over the last 200 years.
Yeah.
Where you're like, man, you don't even know what it's supposed to be anymore.
Yeah. Well, I think there's some correction going on. I mean, the Roe v. Wade was always an overreach. I mean, it was always an overreach. I mean,
I mean, Ruth Bader Ginsburg said the same thing.
Yeah, Ruth Bader said it. Yeah, and
actually, it's all her fault.
Yeah, pretty much. It's pretty much.
How's that feel?
I know.
Oh, we had to wait for her to die to get it right.
Right.
Exactly.
Well,
So
shouldn't have kept them claws on the gavel, honey.
See, that's something I've always noticed. Whenever they get something that goes their way, whether it's legally or not, they're excited for it. But when
it's democracy in action.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But as soon as something happened that they don't like, they don't care whether it was ethical or not. They just get a fucking fit.
No, see, when they don't get their way, democracy is at stake. It's a threat to our democracy. Fucking spare me. Eat it.
They'd rather be freaking...
Take the L.
The tanking economy.
Was it the Apostle Paul who said that the heart is the most deceitful of all things? And so it goes to show what Aaron just said. It's like people will twist everything they want. We do it too, right?
You justify it to yourself.
You justify anything that you want to yourself, and it's like at the very core of our nature, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Well,
my dad told me that people like that. He said that people like that, they will blame anyone under the sun except for the person they see in the mirror every day.
Yep.
And that's a politician.
Did Michael Jackson say that?
He was trying to tell y'all.
I mean, okay. Do you guys believe the Michael Jackson stuff or not? Because I actually don't believe it right now.
I don't believe it either.
No.
I'll tell you, boy, the evidence is quite. It's the rumors. I'm not gonna say the evidence. The rumor of evidence is quite overwhelming.
Well, they always say that like he had these kids staying in his bedroom. But have you seen his bedroom? It was 2 stories.
Yeah.
His bedroom was 2 stories. It was a
he did a lot of stuff for like kids with AIDS and cancer and stuff. He was a very, he's a very flawed human being.
Oh yeah.
And that's what fame will do to you. I mean, good God, look at what that city does to people now.
I was more of a Prince guy anyway.
Oh yeah.
I think if you got people.
Speaking of flawed human beings.
Oh yeah.
Well, there was a rumor that
out in the open about his flaws, though.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I remember there was a rumor going around like when the Bad album was about to drop or when he was recording that, like he called Prince up. It was like, I want you to do a duet with the song Bad, and Prince was like, nah. I'm good. He basically told him, he said, you don't need me for it, which is a nice way to say, I'm like, hey man, I ain't got time for that shit.
Really?
I wear assless chaps. I don't need you to be looking at me that way.
No.
Prince was not always. He had some really good music. I mean, I was very impressed. But he had some shit where he did like this. He had a whole like years of work that I thought was just garbage.
Oh, they call him the 90s.
Oh, it was deliberate though. He was trying to get out of that contract.
Yeah, the record deal.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'll tell you the moment that I finally got Prince. I finally understood. Was the Super Bowl halftime show when the rain started.
Oh man.
And it was just like the rain was like bending to his will, and I was like,
and they had purple.
Yeah. They turned on the purple lights, and that rain just caught the purple.
Like,
and it was
that?
like,
I can't remember if that was before or after the McCartney one, but either one, that was the last like halftime show I watched.
Oh my gosh! And
then
it
when
was magic. It was magic. And he was doing it in heels. He was doing it in heels.
But I will say this, and I go to YouTube. I probably watch this at least 2 or 3 times a year. Go and watch his tribute to George Harrison at his induction to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's like him, Tom Petty, Jeff Lynne, and actually George Harrison.
Weeps.
Oh my God, the most awesome solo I've ever heard in my life. He even said he was like, dude, I can't even do it again. He threw the guitar up in the air after that.
Yeah, he just threw it. He threw the guitar.
He said, don't get no better than that.
Nope. But yeah, they were just letting him go. I mean, they just kept like, okay, keep going.
Oh yeah. Dude,
there's one moment he was just like doing his thing, and he just laid back into the audience and let him push him back on stage.
Yeah. Like at one point he gives like Jeff Lynne a look and like gives him a head nod, like he's like, ready to see some fucking fire. Oh my God, man! I mean, as a terrible guitar player, just watching him like his upbringing. Like I read a lot on Prince. Like his mother wasn't the greatest person in the world. Like he would just sit in his room and just listen to music and try to play. He could play like 7 instruments by the time he got to high school. I could barely master one.
Right.
I feel that.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just a prodigy. Did you know Prince produced a lot of Foo Fighter albums? No, I didn't know.
I didn't
know that.
Did you see the Foo Fighters thing? Now, so Dave Grunwald, he had a thing where they were making you had
like zombies
to see their show. And I'm like, you fucking asshole! What a dick!
I didn't get that.
They got him, bro.
Yeah, they got him. They got
what
him.
did he do again? I didn't catch you. What you said?
Vaccine requirements.
Vaccine requirements.
Oh yeah.
The one that got me mad, the one that made me so mad, and I thought I hated these guys to the extent that I could possibly hate them, but I found a new level of hate was when Rage Against the Machine required vaccine. I mean,
last night. Did you hear about what they did over the weekend?
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Talking about hypocrisy.
I could fill a fucking pod with just bashing Tom Morello.
Please.
What did he do over the weekend?
What a waste of space. It was like this abortion thing or whatever, saying that we got to take the power back. Fuck you. We won't do what you told us. Or okay, pal.
Right. I'll tell you, man, you can. The thing is, so Marxism is this total mind fuck. Where you can get people to switch everything, right?
Yeah.
And once you convince them that that's a true thing, that the world's created by oppressors and oppressed, that's how the world works, right?
Right.
Then it's a matter of time. But even if you're a guy like that who hates the machine, it's just a matter of time.
No, he just hates one part of the machine.
No, they hate the machine until they get their hands on the controls. That's what it's resentment. They want control.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's like the whole Black Lives Matter, the empire that the real estate empire they're creating over there. I mean,
Buddy brought it up. I mean, he shared that link with us with the interview with Doug Murray.
Yeah.
I mean, I highly recommend it. I learned a few things I didn't know. And
Candace Owens has like a documentary that's coming out.
Dude,
sometime.
her. Oh man, they hate her.
Oh, they hate her.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, did you see her torch Congress? I mean,
no, but I can.
Congress. I mean, she was sitting there, and they let her make an opening statement. Then they let all these little white, Karens, like just badmouth her, and then they're just gonna like move on and not give her a time to rebuttal. But then I think it was the guy from Iowa, the former Jim Jefferson. Jefferson's like, okay, this is appalling. She should have. You guys have been blasting her, and she should have her say. And they just turned it over to her, and she just turned and just lit into those ladies. You need to watch it. It's beautiful.
I watched one where she.
I've seen that. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
But they were talking about Black America or something about how like Black America feels, and she's like, he said, I find it kind of ironic that all these people are lecturing me on black problems and I don't see a black face on the panel. And they're like, they looked at her, they looked at each other like, well, what were we supposed to say?
But then she said that it was a grace note. She dropped the mic after this. She says, you know what my expertise is? I've been black in America my entire life.
My entire life, yeah.
And it just mic drop. Yeah. It's like, back to you. And it was gorgeous.
Well, we're gonna switch to some peaceful protests.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think I managed to cancel my show at least 40 times over right now. So
I'll see you next week.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Anyway, sorry, Hex. Sorry, man. It kind of got away from me, man.
Hey, I'm in this space. I expect to be canceled.
It's all going to come for us eventually anyway. Might as well just say what you're going to say, right? But if you haven't backed the Nephilim Squad, make sure you do.
Please do.
It looks good.
Yeah, I'm going to
get those stretch goal items. I want to get you those patches.
Right.
Help me get there.
Yeah. I'm going to, as soon as I get off here, I'm going to put your links in the description below. So anybody watches this replay You'll see them down there. So I think Aaron's got them over there. I'll make sure I grab them. What all you want in there? Just your campaign and your YouTube.
Me?
Yeah, your links.
Yeah. That's good enough. The YouTube and the campaign page.
All right, we'll do. Anyway,
cool. Thank you very much.
Hey, all right.
Thanks for inviting me.
Oh, sure, absolutely. I'm just glad we found.
Nobody invites me to anything.
Well, that sucks. You're a cool guy, man. You don't get invited to the crack pack stuff. I thought you was crack pack, man.
No, well, actually, I haven't been around much lately because I've been busy.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I'm not blaming anybody but myself.
Oh, okay. I got you.
But now that the school's out for the summer, man, so I'll be around.
All right. I got you. All right. Well, that has been Cooper from Telepathic Bunny Comics. Thanks to the fluffiest chat and all of YouTube. Thanks to Hojo below me, Mr. Aaron, Wolfsbane Comics over there. Mr. Shadowpunk, check him out. That thing's up for another week. And Mr. Hex Allen on the other side of him. We have just showed you his campaign, so make sure you check that out. Anyway, that has been Cooper from Telepathic Bunny Comics with the Genesis crew. And y'all have a good day.
Tell me what's on your mind.